Hello, just 8 days until Christmas Day, and of course there is a lot of interest in how the weather is looking. Now 8 days is a long time in meteorology. A lot can change between now and the big day, but some trends are starting to emerge. It looks like it will be settled at first in the lead up to Christmas, then through next week it will turn colder. And as that cold air sits in place, there are now signs that the weather will turn more unsettled for Christmas Eve into Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Now, with more unsettled weather arriving, with cold air in place, things could get interesting. But there's a lot of uncertainty about the details by this stage, as is always the case when you're looking at 6, 7, 8 days ahead. More on that in a moment. But for the time being, the weather is fairly quiet this weekend. High pressure sitting over the UK, trapping a layer of low cloud and some dense fog first thing Saturday. A lucky few will see sunny skies through the weekend, but for most it's this anticyclonic gloom, low clouds sticking around, some dense fog, poor visibility, grey skies. Heading towards the start of next week though, it looks likely that clearer skies will start to feed in from the east, leading to sunnier conditions and frostier nights. It will also turn colder with cold air to the east, starting to increasingly affect the UK. So that by the middle of next week it is going to be fairly chilly. Also at this stage, low pressure in the Atlantic is starting to edge closer to the UK, and this looks likely to result in a battleground situation. Quite common in the winter, cold air to the east, milder but more unsettled weather to the west, and in between the chance of some wintry stuff. But it's at this stage, later next week, that the computer models start to diverge with their ideas. And it's mainly down to the track of this area of low pressure, its angle of attack, and how much it affects the UK. Here's one possible solution, and this is from the European model for Christmas Day itself, and it gives this a 53% probability of occurring. It essentially brings that low pressure in widely across the UK. Always the chance, as it bumps into cold air, of some snow on the leading edge, especially across northern parts of the country and over hills. But because it brings it in widely across the UK, quite quickly the cold air in many places is replaced by milder but wetter, windier weather for Christmas Day and Boxing Day and so on. Another idea, and if you watch closely, there's not much difference in terms of the bigger picture. Pay close attention to the position of this area of low pressure. It's slightly further south, and this is from the same computer model, but it gives it a 41% probability of occurring, and it pushes that low pressure a little further south, which means that much of the UK stays drier but much colder with easterly winds, perhaps some snow showers in places, and again that low pressure bringing some wintry conditions on its leading edge to a different part of the country potentially. So subtle changes, and I'll show you that again, between this area of low pressure, whether it develops widely across the UK or whether it sits further south than that, will lead to a marked difference in weather conditions for Christmas Day. There's the chance of some wintry weather, but way too early to give details. However, there are some general trends that most of the computer models agree on, so we are fairly confident that through next week it's certainly going to turn colder, and then it's likely to turn a bit more unsettled later as that low pressure moves in from the southwest. But as I say, whether or not we get snow, where it happens, when it happens, or whether it's just more widespread rain, it's way too early to say. But of course, we'll keep you updated right here at the Met Office, and you can find those updates on all our social media channels. Bye-bye.